Tonight, a new KARE 11 investigation into a heart transplant, a tragedy, and a family search for answers. Here's investigative reporter AJ Legault with The Perfect Heart.
At one of the most prestigious medical institutions in the world.
They are a crown jewel of the state of Minnesota.
A KARE 11 investigation uncovered a story they don't want told.
I don't want bad publicity.
A story buried.
Are you saying Mayo put public relations over patient safety?
Quite frankly, I don't know how else to interpret that answer.
A story about secrets and a promise.
They're not going to take a marginal heart.
A promise
Meth overdose.
a family says
Karen and I
was broken.
We were told that this was a perfect heart.
KARE 11 investigates The Perfect Heart.
Let's look at this.
Walks down memory lane.
This is our wedding.
For Noah Leopold's wife, Michelle,
We had a beautiful reception.
and proud parents, Norman
I think this was Noah at his bar mitzvah.
and Karen.
Modest. He graduated summa cum laude.
A lawyer, like his parents, Noah was an overachiever and overcomer.
At the age of 7, he got cancer.
Noah spent life battling complications from the chemo. By his 40th birthday, his heart was failing. He needed a transplant and wanted it from the best, but told Mayo's doctors there was something he did not want: the heart from a drug overdose. Noah is told by a Mayo ICU doctor in this recorded conversation he doesn't need to rush. There was time, and the transplant team wanted to find him the perfect heart.
You'll be involved in that conversation. Anyone who's had a drug overdose or something like that is considered a high-risk donor.
Not 2 weeks later, Mayo told Noah they had his new heart. He was taken into surgery, and his heart was removed.
And then something horribly went wrong.
Doctors discover the donor heart is too large, a significant mismatch. It starts uncontrollably bleeding and then just falls apart.
They told us that the heart didn't make it and that he didn't have a heart at all.
Days later, Mayo transplanted a different heart, but Noah suffered a brain bleed,
We never expected to leave there without him.
and his family was forced
No.
to make the hardest of decisions.
It's still hard to believe.
Now, the pain never goes away.
No.
The pain and the questions, like what happened and why. KARE 11's search for answers takes us to the mountains of Idaho,
Who's the deceased?
where police video reveals Noah received the very type of heart he did not want.
Heroin? Is there heroin? Meth overdose.
We all knew that that's not what Noah would have wanted.
Noah got the heart of a meth addict.
Brandon Thompson, the family's attorney, has brought a federal lawsuit against Mayo claiming medical negligence, negligent non-disclosure, and medical battery. The lawsuit contends that Mayo denied Noah critical information that he asked about and had a right to know, that the heart being put into his body came from the victim of a drug overdose.
Mayo had an obligation to tell him that, and they didn't.
In its response to the lawsuit, Mayo denied all those claims. They did inform Noah the heart had risk factors for diseases like hepatitis and HIV, and he consented to the operation. Mayo declined KARE 11's interview request, instead sending a statement that says in part, "We follow applicable medical standards of care, guidance of national organizations that oversee organ donation and procurement, and the privacy rights of organ donors who give the ultimate gift to patients."
Minnesota law is very clear.
Thompson points to the Minnesota Patients' Bill of Rights, which mandates patients be given by their physicians complete and current information about their treatment.
That's the law.
Thompson contends there's something else Mayo failed to tell Noah. The donor heart was being transported via OCS Heart in a Box.
that allows transplant teams to keep the organs alive, beating and breathing between the donor and recipient instead of storing them on ice.
The cutting-edge technology expands the donor pool to hearts that previously would not have been considered as options because of travel time and distance. When the Idaho overdose heart came out of the device at Mayo, that's when the problems were discovered.
And what the surgeon describes in the operative note is that the tissue was almost falling apart in his hands.
Would you raise your right hand, please, doctor? You solemnly swear the testimony.
In this videotaped deposition, Mayo's surgeon, Dr. Villavicencio, says he's not sure why the heart fell apart, but he has a suspicion.
I suspect that there may be micro holes, that caused this.
Microscopic tears, he wrote in his operation notes, caused by the OCS heart in a box.
Does this event give you any concern about the use of OCS for other donor hearts?
Well, it gives me a concern, of course. We remember our bad experiences.
In case of a bad experience, the FDA has a database called MAUDE that encourages reporting of issues related to medical devices. Carol Levin found 9 reports about the OCS device, but in the year and a half since Noah died, no report about his case. In his deposition, the Mayo surgeon was asked why he did not report it.
Well, I don't want bad publicity.
He did not want bad publicity. In court papers, Mayo calls the bad publicity accusations false and contends there was not enough evidence to report it to the FDA.
We didn't know it was going to be his last birthday.
Noah's family says he was denied the ability to make his own informed decision about what constituted a perfect heart.
We want to make sure that this doesn't happen to anybody else.
To be clear, there's no evidence the heart in a box caused the donor heart to fall apart. As far as we know, no investigation's been done. The manufacturer, when contacted by Carol Levin, said they could not comment. Mayo says they intend to defend the case through trial and are confident a jury will find full informed consent was provided. You can read Mayo's statement in full on carol11.com. For Carol Levin Investigates, I'm AJ Legault.